Welcome into another edition of the Old North State Sports Show. Hope you guys are doing well. We are back in the groove. Appreciate you guys following the channel, subscribing, doing all those fun things. It is much appreciated. But without further ado, let's get right into it. I've talked about the safety position numerous times on this show. We now have some more news trickling in with the Carolina Panthers as we are late. Very late indeed in free agency, folks. The waves, the first wave, the second wave is done. We're in the kiddie pool now? The small remnants of waves possibly crashing down. Someone deep at sea raising their hand, help, help, please, pick me, pick me. That's the state of where we are. But I look at this as positive news considering the depth of the Carolina Panthers secondary, primarily at the safety position. So without further ado, let's stop teasing. Let's get right into it. Safety room, safety dance, whatever you want to call it. News this morning from Ian Rappaport that free agent safety Julian Blackmon is on a free agent visit with the Panthers today, Monday, March 24th. Only 26 years old. I was kind of looking at how he phrased this. Blackmon has been a starter with the Colts for the last 5 years. Carolina is still looking to add on defense, with Blackmon being the latest that they are looking at. And then following up on this tweet, right above it, you have Mike K, and we'll look at that here. Along with Blackmon, former Saints and Ravens safety Marcus Williams is also visiting the Panthers today, per league source. Now, at the end of this, we're going to break down the Panthers' decision with the safety room heading into free agency. And I had a good back and forth with Mike K on my opinions, and he shared his insight into why Nick Scott was brought back. So we're going to discuss that at the end. But let's talk about the two guys that are potentially coming here. Look at a little bit of film. I got a caveat. When we talk film, and if you follow anyone that says film, when they show you one or two highlights, that's not film, folks. Film is hours and hours of watching these guys, watching every game, every snap. So let's call it highlights. It's really closer than an analysis of film watching, unless you're sitting back and watching a 40-minute session, 45 minutes, whatever it takes, folks. So anyways, let's get into this. Starting off, of course, right here with Blackmon. Let's take a look at his numbers here at the top from his time in Indy. As you can see here, starter over the last 5 years, played 99% of the snaps this past season, 446 run defensive snaps, 86 tackles, 16 stops, 2 hustle plays, 11 pass rush attempts, half a sack, 1 quarterback pressure, 19 receptions allowed on 23 targets for 374 yards, and then 2 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. From an alignment perspective, when we talk about these guys, we're really looking for a free safety over the top that can cover the field, and that is the alignment that Blackmon had. Let's see. Primarily free safety, 908 snaps. They did move him around a little bit. Again, when you get in those goal line situations, you get closer to the line or short down yardage. 49 in the slot, 52 at linebacker, a few at edge, and a few at strong safety, or what we would consider cornerback alignment as well. And again, we're going to take a look in just a second at film. Again, I hate to call it film because it's not truly an analysis, but positive news for the Carolina Panthers. All right, folks. And moving down the line, as we already mentioned, Marcus Williams, formerly with the Saints and Baltimore Ravens, right here. You can see this past year played about almost 88% of the snaps. Smaller snap count in comparison, but 165 run defensive snaps, 33 tackles, 4 stops, 2 hustle plays, 1 pass rush, no sacks, no pressures, 14 receptions on 20 targets, 275 yards, and 3 touchdowns allowed. Again, free safety alignment was his primary position, and alignment on the field. Slot with 20, linebacker 29, edge at 7, cornerback, and strong safety. So really looking at these guys and what they're going to be able to do at the free safety position. So let's take a look first at Blackmon. And I believe this was an interception against the Tennessee Titans. Will Levis, you can see him over the top. The purpose of a free safety is be able to play the field, cover it over the top, and cut under and make an interception. Really nice play there. We can run it back here as we watch this again. You can see him over the top, and you got to have the ability. I mean, it's almost like a center fielder. That's if you're a baseball guy and you understand the reference, being able to kind of play in the middle, covering a lot of ground, and that's exactly what he did there. Look at a second highlight of him here on a hustle play, I believe, coming down in the box to make a tackle for loss, if I recall, or a short gain, 4 or 5 yards. That's the other thing with the free safety position. You need a guy that can come up and make hits. We'll run that one again as well. But coming in over the top, especially when it's a run back to this side, you got to be able to take on defenders. You got to be able to get around them, and you got to be able to make tackles in the run game, something that the Carolina Panthers defense was not able to do at all last year. As promised, we'll also look at some tape from Williams, some really good hustle till they were, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yards down the field, having a free safety, being able to help stop the run. Important. And the depth. That's the whole thing with all this, adding depth. We're going to break down the state of the Panthers defense in a few days and where it sits. Oh, let's go ahead and run another clip of Williams here. I believe this is another hustle play screen down here at the bottom of your screen here. You can see him coming up. Does enough so that the guys can clean it up with him. Great job being able to read the screen game there and come up to make the hit. We'll watch it again one more time. Again, you read it, you see it. Got to beat the blocker or get off the blocker, and he does that, and it turns into, I think, a 4-yard loss on that play. This is what the Panthers need. They need a lot of stuff, but part of what the Panthers need. Now let's look at the state of the room. As I mentioned, the Panthers had 4 safeties hitting free agency. With the state of those safeties, Xavier Woods signed with the Titans. Lonnie Johnson signed with the Raiders. Man, so many names. I sometimes confuse myself. Jordan Fuller with the Falcons. Nick Scott re-signed with Carolina Panthers. And this is what I said. I'm sure they believed they would get someone back out of the first 3, panic for Scott, and now need another 1 to 2 depth. Did get clarity from Mike Kay that it was not a panic move, that they like Nick Scott. You can go follow the thread, but they like Nick Scott for his special teams ability. That's great. And I'm fine with special teams players, but you also need some safeties that can play ball and be on the field. And that's a reason that I also think they could be holding back on Sam Franklin, as much as I like Sam Franklin and what he means for this team. But we'll see. When you have some of your special teams guys hit free agency, or maybe you don't get to return those, then you're kind of stuck with the hand you're dealt. So as it is today, pending some signings, Javon Moring, your starter, strong safety, Nick Scott, and Damani Richardson battling, I guess, for your free safety position until the Carolina Panthers can bring someone else in. So positive news. I still think the Panthers also will likely look in the draft. I don't know if it'll be early, if it'll be later. There's some really good safeties available. It just depends on where they stack rank their order of need, best player available, all the buzzwords that go into drafting. As always, folks, this is Carolina Dad. Y'all have a good one.